Usually when you combine two amazing things into one, the result is pretty great. And this week's indicator is no exception, so let's take a look at it. It is the Indicator Profile Series, traders. Later in the week, as far as the release goes, that's my fault, not Dan's. But this is an interesting one because fans of the show, you've seen at least a lot of John Ehlers' work on here. Like, we just can't get away from it. The indicators perform so well. And then you also probably remember seeing the Fisher Transform or some variation of it at least a couple times on the channel. So let's see what happens when you put those two things together. Now, if you're new, just know this is the #1 indicator channel in all of YouTube. It always was. It will always be that way. But we talk a certain way. We do things a certain way. And if you don't understand that way, you are going to be lost. Instead, go here. Go to nononsenseforex.com, read that first page, watch that first video, and get yourself caught up. It does take time, but if it was quick, it wouldn't be any good. But for the rest of you who have already done all that, let's go ahead and take a look at the specs for the Ehlers Fisher Transform. The year is going to be 2002, a bit older, but within the 1996 and on threshold we like to see here at the channel. The type is going to be a confirmation indicator. The subtype is a zero cross, represented more by a histogram. And some people really like the histogram over a pure zero cross indicator visually. Let us know in the comments what you guys think about that. Dan and I were talking about this week. I'm like, I have no idea what people like. Maybe we'll just ask them. So go down below and tell us, as far as zero cross indicators go, do you like it just when the line crosses the zero and you can read it that way, or would you rather see a histogram? Anyway, as far as exit indicators go, we generally do not like zero cross indicators for this purpose. But here is what it looks like in all of its histogram beauty. Now, if you didn't know, when the pink turns into green, or when this line crosses and closes beyond the zero line, that is your signal to go long. And then when it does the opposite, that is your signal to go short. Now, you actually see a decent amount of signals here on the example. I'm just going to say right now, do not let that fool you. We'll get to the results in a minute. Before we do that, just understand that no matter what you see in the results, good or bad, it doesn't mean anything until you run it through your own system. Remember, this is an entire algorithm. These are pieces, not the whole. And every system is very different. So make sure after you have consumed all the material you would like to consume on this indicator that this is the very next thing you do. Now, if you don't know how to do that, we got you taken care of down below in the description. We have a link to my automation blog where there's an embedded video there from Dan Stone showing you how to test these yourself on the MT4 strategy tester. Might these be on MT5 or TradingView? They might. You'll just have to run a search. But we know they're on MT4. That's where most of the indicators still are, so that is what we use for these purposes. There is also a link to the blog, which is crucial. You have to see what these tweak settings are because I don't show them to you here. The tweak settings are the most optimized settings we were able to find. But you're going to get a lot of information on that blog too. So make sure you check that out along with Dan Stone's YouTube channel. He has already put out a video for this indicator, and his videos often show you things that I don't show you. So that's a great place to go. Now, if you'd like to submit an indicator to be profiled on the Indicator Profile series, there is an email address specifically for that. And this alone is the proper place to send these requests to. And then, don't forget, the most popular place in all of the World Wide Web, it is the link to the indicator library where you can download the Ehlers Fisher Transform and every indicator we have profiled here. On the Indicator Profile series, let's go ahead and take a look at the results, starting with the EURUSD. Now, I would say nowadays under 6% is going to be a little bit below average, and you're getting pretty low signals here. This has secondary confirmation indicator written all over it. Even when I first saw it, when you had more signals, I'm like, yeah, I've seen this before. It fits a lot better as a secondary confirmation indicator. So remember that when you're doing your testing. But over to gold, you're going to see better results here. This is pretty strong and more signals. And we've been seeing that a lot in gold, a little bit less on the win-loss ratio, but still pretty high. Remember, you're going to add pieces to this, which will make the win-loss ratio go up. So starting from 70% is a good place to start. Over to the S&P. Now, actually a little better than we're used to seeing on the ROI, but womp womp. 3 signals. This is good if you are a very, very passive trader. And I remember the last indicator we profiled here didn't give you a whole lot of signals on the S&P either. That's just been how it's gone lately. You guys know these things kind of go in cycles, but yeah, kind of a tough one on the S&P this week. Just from that one perspective though, high win-loss ratio, good ROI, just low signals. And then rounding off with Bitcoin, I would say average across the board for this one. Very nice win-loss ratio to start with. Solid amount of signals. And I would say with Bitcoin right now, this is about the average, maybe a little higher. So we definitely have some options here this week. It just didn't score super high all across the board, but a lot of them do, and you need to subscribe and hit the bell or you're going to miss a lot of them. And we will have more trading videos coming your way soon. We also have the 10-Minute Contrarian Investing podcast every Saturday that goes straight to YouTube. There's a very bright future on this channel, and you're going to want to be part of it, and you're not going to want to miss out. So subscribe, hit the bell, put in the work. It's worth it. Go get it.